Welcome everyone, today we have a new guide for Honkai starrail. As you can see behind me, I have crafted a tier list for the 4-star units in the game. And in this video, we'll be going through the free 4 stars that will become available in the game as we play through the story, and also the other 4 stars that will become available. We're going to certain 4 stars in more details over here with the summary notes, and I'll try to highlight the top 5 4 stars that you can go for, including the support, the healings, and also the DPS characters. Those are very good. We'll also be looking at additional information about the damage that each of the 4-star characters can bring, and some of those 4 stars can even do as much damage as the 5 stars. So we'll be looking at different sources and also different information about the tier list to give you guys the best information to pick the best 4-star for your initial build at the launch of the game. So let's get into the video and let's go through each of those characters in more details. Now coming over to our notes, as you can see behind me, we have the table of the list of free characters that will become available in the game, and you can see the highlighted 4-star characters over here. So there are 6 free 4-star characters given to the players, and the rest of the 7 4-star characters can be obtained through summoning for the 5-star characters. So the free 4-star characters are March 7th, Dante, Asta, Heta, Seville, and Natasha. I might have pronounced the names a little wrongly. So over here, what I want to do is, I want to give you guys a brief summary of how I categorize my tier list of characters and the reasons behind it. Now because the 4-star characters, the better upgrade for those characters will be the 5-star. And we know there will be 5-star, DPS characters like Himiko and also other 5-star characters that will come into the game. So we want to keep this in mind. And this is why we want to compare the DPS meter and also DPS list for different characters. So over here you can see that my top 4-star characters, which are the S tier, are 2 of the characters. One is one very good support, one is a very good DPS, which is on par and even stronger than some of the 5 stars. So coming over to Tinyu. Tinyu is definitely one of my top rated 4-star supporting character. And the reason behind it is, Tyrael will provide a single target with an increase of damage boost, and then allow them to deal additional lightning damage. Tinyu will also provide additional energy for a target, and increase the damage by up to 80% for 3 turns. So right away we can see, she is a very good lightning support that provides a lot of damage to the team. And if you have a very powerful character that is focused on AoE damage or single target damage, she is very versatile for most of the classes and most of the DPS. And over here we can see that her talents and also passives also allows her to gain additional technique and also deals additional lightning damage. So in terms of Tenryu, she can pretty much match and also fit with most of the other DPS characters that will become available, and including the limited banner Silly and other 4-stars and also 5-star characters that deals a lot of damage. And this of course brings us to our second character, Xu Shen, and this is the Jade Knight. In order to understand the second character of focus, Xu Shen over here, we do come over to this particular site, Pardon.gg. I do see they have a lot of nice calculations, a lot of formulas about the damage calculation, and also, testing. So this is actually really nice to compare the damage of different characters. And you can see that Xu Shen is actually top 3 within the beta. And this is in comparison with some of the 5-star characters in terms of single target damage. And this is very good. You can see that she is very close to the other characters which are the top 5-star characters for single target damage. So Xu Shen over here is very nice in terms of single target. Now if we do come over to AoE target, of course Xu Shen is not the highest. We have other characters that do highest AoE damage, and Seville is one of those characters that deals a lot of AoE damage. So coming over to a character highlight with Xu Shen, you can see right away that she deals a lot of damage to enemies who have weakness break, and also she deals additional damage with her burst ultimate, and this allows her to trigger additional sword stance which deals additional damage. And Xu Shen's ability to increase her speed and also deal damage to enemies at the start of the battle is actually really good. In terms of damage, we have seen in the meters over here for the single target, she is by far the top 3 characters in the game as a 4-star character, and this is very rare. And this of course comes back to my tier list. This is one of the reasons I have those 2 characters for the top of my tier list. Now in case you guys are wondering, those 2 top S tier characters, the 4 stars, they are not given to us for free. But over here we do have some really top rated free characters that is available in the game. And the first character is going to be Asta. So over here I have ranked Asta as the A tier character. So let's come over to Asta and have a look. Asta's ability allows us to deal fire damage, and also Asta provide, this is the highlight, Asta provide a boost of speed to all the allies up to 54 for 2 turns. And this means that if Asta is fast enough in the round, she can be giving allies additional turns, and this allows allies to act fast and also to cast their spells faster. Asta can also provide allies with increased attack, up to 12.5% up to 5 times. And although this does get reduced after the first turn, this is still a very good buff for 4-star support. And of course, Asta can also work with other characters like Himiko to provide more fire damage. So Asta is a very flexible and also early game support that can be used in most of the teams. Because we might be going with a healer, we might be going with a DPS, we might go with Asta for the speed boost, or we might be going with a character for the damage boost. Now on the topic of the free healer, we have Natasha. So over here I have ranked Natasha as the A tier unit, and one of the reasons because of this is we only have 2 healers in the game. One is going to be a 5-star Bilu, and the other one is going to be the 4-star Natasha. And Natasha is the free character for everyone, and this is pretty much Barbara for the Genshin Impact players. So in terms of Natasha, she has some decent healings in terms of single target, and everything scales with a maximal HP, which is actually not bad. So we know how to build her, we can provide allies with additional healing, and also ongoing healing with her passives. Now of course, I'm not saying Natasha is going to be the best 4-star unit, but she is going to be an irreplaceable 4-star unit that can provide healing for the whole team. And before you get the 5-star healer, then she is going to be the one you want. And when you get the 5-star healer, of course you can go with Bilu, and she will be very good. But before that, the only choice of a healer we have at the launch of the game will be Natasha. In the future of the game, maybe we'll get better healers and better support, and maybe Natasha's, availability goes down. But at this moment, before the launch or during the launch of the game, Natasha is definitely a top tier 4-star unit at the start of the game. Now our next character of highlight is going to be Alan. Alan over here, I have also ranked him as the top A tier unit. And one of the reasons for this is that although Alan's damage for the single target is not going to be the highest, we can come closer and also have a look at Alan's skills. So for his single target spell, Alan can consume his HP to deal additional damage up to 400%. And this of course requires him to have a healer, because this skill cannot be casted without a healer. And on the other side for Alan, he can deal a lightning damage and also to a single target and also to enemies around him. Alan's is also pretty much a berserker, which allows him to deal additional damage for the lower HP he has. Now if we look at Alan's passive, he acts as a berserker, and this is a very unique aspect of the character, which means the more damage you build, the less HP you have, the more stronger he will become. This can become even more beneficial when Alan's HP is very low. So for this particular passive, he can deal 100% more damage if you get him below a certain threshold. And then maybe if you get a shielding character, all of a sudden Alan will be doing double damage on top of the 400% and the 400% over here. So he has a lot of potential. And over here we can see Alan, upon entering the battle, he will deal damage to enemies equal to his attack. So that means we can build him maximal for attack and also critical, and he will be dealing a lot of damage in the correct moment. And this is one of the reasons I decided to put Alan, our Lightning Berserker, to the A tier of the tier list. Now this also leaves us with 8 additional 4-star characters that didn't get a chance to go through them in more details. But some of the reasons behind why I don't go through all of the 4 stars is I don't want you guys to over-invest in 4-star characters. I think having those 4-star characters at the top 2 tier is definitely enough. We have 2 support, which one support will provide us with more speed, one support will provide us with more attack, and we have 1 healer and also 2 damage dealer. Now if you are looking for the AoE damage dealers, what I recommend is, I will recommend going with someone like Seville. Seville is definitely a top tier AoE attack dealer. And Seville, over here you can see that before Jing Yuan comes out, Seville is one of the highest AoE attack dealers, and she is even higher than Himiko. So if you're going for a character that is also dealing lightning damage and also dealing a lot of damage AoE, you can go with Seville. And this allows you to, I guess, put Seville a little higher to this particular side, maybe to the A tier if you're going for AoE damage. But I think most part of the game you also want a lot of single target damage, so it is a choice of the players how you want to go with those characters. Now, as for the other 7 4-star characters we have at the launch of the game, I have kind of ranked them depending on the availability and also the limited resource. So they're at the B tier and also the C tier for me. And personally, I had a look at the DPS and also the availability and also the comparison of different replacement of characters. So what I recommend is go with those 5 or those 6 characters at the start of the game, and half of those characters will be free when you play the game. The other half, maybe you get some luck with summoning for 5 stars, you have a 5-star, then you can buy one of the 4 stars. And in our future video, I'll provide you guys with a more detailed guide of how to combine into your best team depending on the characters you have gotten at the start of the game. Now, hopefully you guys found this tier list helpful, and as we get into the launcher of the game and after a few banners, we'll be getting more 4 stars and also more 5 stars. And in the future, I'll be updating different tier lists for you guys to help you guys be more prepared for free to play and also low spending for Honkai starrail. So make sure you guys hit the button to subscribe and also like, and also hit the notification for more guides and also more news about the game. Now, before you go, and if you guys didn't know, we have a new YouTube channel. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and check out the behind the scenes and also fun clips and also more stories about us. And then you get to know me a little more personally instead of just reading the news and also the games, right? So I want to share a little bit more with you guys. So make sure you check this channel out if you're interested about Matt and also Uni. She's really funny too, and she's really shy. So I want to give her a surprise and do a shout out for the new channel to get some subscribers. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.